It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll get a look at the second-year man Sam Darnold and the New York Jets as they take on Dwayne Haskins and the Washington Redskins. With that, let's get on up to FedEx Field near Washington. Standing by for the call of this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the New York Jets. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Jets work their way onto the field, led by the number 3 overall pick in 2018. Sam Darnold, and during the offseason, Darnold was asked where he was looking to improve. He told everybody being more comfortable in the pocket. He looked back to the numbers from his rookie campaign, 17 touchdowns and 13 starts. So just imagine what a relaxed and more experienced Darnold might be able to accomplish with a stronger set of receivers now here in 2019. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at about the Redskins' 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
53, Mike, gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. And Anderson's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, he'll have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Here's Darnold. And caught by Thomas for a Jets touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Here's Sam Ficken now for the Jet field goal. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the 3rd quarterback taken back in April's draft, Dwayne Haskins out of Ohio State. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now Haskins on 1st down. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And a quick look at Washington's offense.
Let's focus our attention on the offensive line and Brandon Sheriff, the 1st-round pick in 2015. In fact, the first lineman taken at number 5 overall, an offensive tackle in college, transitioned very well to guard in the NFL. Solid, reliable, 2 traits you love in an offensive lineman. How about tough, physical, and nasty? He's an Iowa offensive lineman. Those guys play well in the NFL.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Peterson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
One of the best young safeties in the NFL, Jamal Adams. Keep an eye out for him because no one is safe when he's on the field, including mascots. Just ask Pat the Patriot. Jamal Adams was also the 2019 Pro Bowl Defensive MVP.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. And by the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. An overall second leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now a look at the Washington defense.
Ryan Kerrigan is an example of bringing the best of you from college to the NFL and remaking your game. Terrific guy causing fumbles at Purdue, has done the exact same thing in the NFL, then lost weight and became an absolute terror rushing the passer.
What's that? 53, check 53. Got one.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet 1st down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers. If the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
The 1st down run with Bell is he'll get about 6 there. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Pass incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
He's got Herndon, his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 14.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Darnold now already over 100 yards passing in this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Bell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the 1st down on that one?
Now Bell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Certainly not what the offense wanted down here, going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, look who got involved. I mean, when you got a strong safety who can drop into the box, never needs an invitation to be one of those guys in run defense, does he? Wakes up every morning just a little bit ticked off.
Second and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. He'll get it up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Second down, Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. The 20. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And our focus now moves to Adrian Peterson. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. On 2nd and 7, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They go play action now. Haskins. And that will be incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
But that was pretty nice to watch if you like a defense's perspective because they understood where the first down line was as much as the offensive guys did. Did not give up any more ground, and when the ball was thrown, reacted really well and swatted it away. One of the advantages of zone defense, you never take your eyes off the quarterback, and when he reacts, you do exactly the same and go get the ball.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love? Four verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Darnold from the gun. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. This is taken at the 18. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if some guy, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's Haskins. And his throw here's incomplete.
Intended for Vernon Davis. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Come on, baby. Let's get this. Single.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Vernon Davis. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. They've been off to the races already. A 17-0 lead. Now a chance for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. The drive starts with a completion left side, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Check 9, check 9.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
That call was actually a linebacker's dream, a draw play when you're blitzing, because they're trying to set up and fool you into thinking it's a pass, but because they're doing so, they're actually opening up a crease for you to get through and get to the ball carrier. An excellent play for the linebacker.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score
17-0 our score after 1. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Adrian Peterson now getting ready to go again on offense. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, it's Thompson. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and get it with Geis, and he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On 1st down, Peterson. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
He was brought down by Avery Williamson. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 23-yard line.
57's the mic. You're trapped. Watch the ship. Hey.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Peterson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
C.J. Mosley on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Here we go. 6 guys.
On 2nd down, Peterson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Darnold. Then he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Darnold. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Darnold now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. He can't get him down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field. Defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold, a screen to Bell. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Open man is Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he works free. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 31-yard line.
First down, Jets.
Darnold now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Bell. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Just like that. Just like that.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a line. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. As his guys are in for 6. As they are now on the board here in the first half. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay?
Go.
So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it's 17-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Le'Veon Bell and the Jets ready to begin their next drive. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Bell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
We're going to sign. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
From the 39, Darnold. And Anderson's got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
1st down, Jets.
Real side. 53. Check 53. I'm scared.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey,
writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
We got sack. 55. Hey, eat. Hey, man. Watch that.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Bell. And Bell works his way in. Touchdown, Jets. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will extend their lead. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Now for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. Here's Sam Ficken now for the Jet field goal. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Haskins to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Ty Montgomery and the offense getting set for their next drive. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On 1st down, Darnold. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jonathan Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A final shot before the break, Darnold. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Haskins, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 3.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Peterson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. He was brought down by Darryl Roberts.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go, here we go. Tight right, tight right. 3.
Shotgun handoff to Thompson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Haskins on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Haskins. They will find Davis. That's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. But he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second-half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Bell.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Watch the slant.
Darnold on 3rd down, and that is incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready? 18 Gator, 54. All right, here we go. Let's go, B, let's go.
To Thompson on the draw. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Nathan Shepard brought him down. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd down, here's Haskins. And that will be incomplete.
The 3rd down pass. Intended for number 25. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And New York set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go, G.
Now it's Darnold. This is Bell on the dump-off. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
On the counter, here's Bell. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Quinton Dunbar on the tackle. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. That's caught. It's Thomas. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Now what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And Bell works his way in. He's got a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets will extend their lead. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. Here's Sam Ficken now for the Jet field goal. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. A carry here for the big tight end. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. But just like you said, they've got the lead, don't do anything silly, run the football, and that's what they did.
They would have liked to have created a little more room for their punter, but he'll take what they gave him, and he'll go out there now and try and get the ball off and help his defense.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
57, Mike 57. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. He's knocking on that door for a 100-yard gain.
And what receiver doesn't want to be part of the Century Club? Every receiver, when the game starts, wants to have 100 or more yards next to his name. It's a badge of honor, but it also shows that you're helping out your team.
And he has certainly been helping out his team so far. A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them.
53, Mike, bring it.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Goes underneath for Bell. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run with Thompson, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long, and you know this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Haskins to throw it. And that is incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. And you've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Let's go, D.
Darnold. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run the counter. Bell. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Darnold from the gun. And he finds his man Griffin. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 42.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They run the counter. It's Bell. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Set. 53 slot. Check. 53 slot. Here we go. Jim.
They'll go again with Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 26.
Set. Check 53. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep, man.
On 1st down, Bell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
On 2nd and a couple, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. Here's Bell. He will push his way down to about the 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. That's a 14-yard line.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more.
And Bell works his way in for a Jets touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point forthcoming.
Extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. Here's Sam Ficken now for the Jet field goal. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the carry, Thompson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we got tight left, tight left, tight left.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Got a man, that's Quinn. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. A throw over the middle, taken in. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Haskins to throw. He's got it complete to Thompson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And the Washington Redskins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. Now Davis fumbles it, and it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. We focus our attention now on the Jets defense. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Now Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Haskins on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. Now Haskins on 1st down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Certainly not the best of throws that time from the rookie QB.
And now he'll need the support from the home crowd and the hometown fans because they know they've got a gem here. They know they've got a good player, but there will be mistakes along the way. They will have to show some patience in order to help him along.
Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
Yo, son. 55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. I got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And finding Davis here, the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw, Haskins. It's caught by Davis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And he's going to get this down close to a 1st at about the Jets' 33.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run on 1st down. Thompson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Again, a run with Thompson. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
But they were in the red zone and they needed a 1st down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight end?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it. throwing now. Haskins on first down. They will find Davis. That's complete. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. New York set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
And this is incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it'll be second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late? Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Here we go, son. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bell, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down.
Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
I got you, boy. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
After the penalty, it's Bell. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Mike 55, Mike 55. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.